Hi, everyone. I'm going to share a story with you that I think might help you reflect on your own consciousness and how you think about things. And it gives you it's a personal tale, a fable that I use to kind of remind myself to stay present. Now, the concept of being present is not a new concept. It's been out in the self-help community for a long time. Authors like Eckhart Tolle bringing together the art of presence. And the reason presence is so important, and as far as consciousness goes, is because we are creators. And where our mind goes, what we think, what we hold true, is what happens. So if we are thinking about what's going to happen in a disastrous way, then that's the direction we sail our ship. And when we think about things that are happening in a positive way, then that's also where we get to go. Now, I'm human, just like all of you, so I definitely slide into the negativity, probably pretty frequently. Just my tendency, and a lot of us have that negative bias where we're looking for the problems to fix, we're seeing what the issues are. And I teach this all day long. I have people in my office all the time who are talking to me, and I get to hear their guides give guidance on being present, and I still slip into this, okay? But I wanted to share this one specific story with you and my conversation with my guides that I hear very clearly to kind of demonstrate to you and give you kind of a checkpoint of what you might be doing, okay? So I was signed up with my husband for a class that was fairly far away, and I was coming from work, and we had to take two cars anyways because we were uh, there was family conflicts. Okay, so he was meeting me there, and I was driving down the highway, already kind of anticipating that I was going to be late because I had left a little late. It's far away, that kind of thing. Traffic can be unpredictable between here and there, and if I'm conscious and I'm really resting in my consciousness, I oftentimes can have a fluid relationship with time. Meaning, if I stop and I don't project forward that I'm going to be late, but I instead work on creating the request that I'm going to be in divine timing, I typically arrive on time for the most part. So this day, I wasn't thinking that way. I was just rushing. And as I came to this part in the road where the two highways meet, I came to a dead stop. And I was using the app Waze. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but Waze. And I was basically seeing on Waze. Waze tells you like if there's traffic ahead or what could be if there's an accident or police or that kind of thing. And what I was seeing is an object in the road. That's all I could see. I'm fretting. I'm freaking out. Ugh, I'm going to be late. My husband's probably coming down the same pipeline. I call him. I tell him not to go this way so we both don't end up late. And, I'm just trying to settle in the fact that I'm stuck in dead stop traffic. There's something in the way. I don't know what it is. I don't know how long I'm going to be stuck here. And on that highway, I've been stuck for a long time at times. So I'm having this experience with myself that is anxiety provoking, but mainly because of my thoughts and what I was thinking about the situation. And my guides began to point it out to me. Hey, you are not in the present time. You are in the future. You've already projected that you're going to be late. You're already deciding that this is going to be a terrible thing. Can you check yourself and be in alignment with just what's happening? Just be curious. That's one of the things the guides always say. Just be curious. So, okay, I'm curious. So I wait for the road to start to clear, and we do start to move. Still having anxiety about being late, but I'm trying to check it, trying to check it, trying to check it. And we come across the object in the road, and it's a goose in the middle of a very large highway, walking around, and all the traffic is stopped and trying to go around it. This thing can fly away, and where it was, I had for a brief moment this inner conflict of maybe I should stop and try to save the goose and all these things. And again, the guides were like, present time, what is yours to do? What's yours to do here? You didn't put the goose there. It's really not going to be your job, and nor is it helpful for you to get out and stop traffic and try to do something about this goose. It could actually make the problem worse. So go ahead and check in with yourself and see what you're shoulding and have toing about all this, and just make the decision about that this is not your problem and you're going to move on from this goose being in the middle of the road. So, okay, once again, take a deep breath, ground myself, get centered, try to move forward, go forward again, driving down the road. Now, I go backwards with my energy. Now I feel guilty. I shouldn't have driven past that goose. I should have stopped and helped that goose. I should have done something for that goose. What if somebody hits the goose because they just want him out of the road? Should I call the police? Should I let them figure it out? What should I do? And again, my guides correct me. You shouldn't do anything. And you've already moved on from that situation. This is no longer part of your journey. That was in your past. You've already made your decision. Continue to go forward. That was not easy for me to do. I really had a lot of guilt about that poor goose. And I later passed by that road and that goose was gone. So I'm assuming he had a positive outcome. Either way, this is just to remind you guys that you are in charge of your own consciousness. You're in charge of your journey. So think about being a little bit more gentle, a little bit more present about your shoulds and your have tos. Think about that goose, and it's just a goose. It's just a goose in the road. Moving on. Okay, I hope it helps you as much as it helps me. Take care, everybody.